So why does working for free make you more money than charging money? Okay, this is something that people think I'm very stupid when I say this. So like, Stefan, this is like no. But I'm going to share with you the scientific, like the mathematical explanation as to why working for free will actually make you more money and also more money faster and also more money faster and easier than if you were to charge from the get-go. Okay, so we're going to look at two different examples on two different timelines. Okay, so this is going to be a 1 year timeline. So this is 0 and this is year 1. Okay, and so in this we're gonna have months, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that'll be 12. Okay, and so this is going to be the paid version. This is going to be the free version. And I'm going to show you why, if you actually work for free, you will make more money faster than if you were to start paid. So here's what happens. In the beginning, when someone starts a business, they have some sort of idea, right? And typically, this idea has to translate in some sort of skill that they're going to sell to solve some sort of problem and then hopefully make some sort of money, right? This is kind of how it works. Like, oh, I have an idea. I want to start the business. Okay, I have to then acquire this skill. After I acquire the skill, I have to sell it to solve a problem, and then I make money, right? Because people only pay to solve their problems or to get status or other things. We won't dive into that. We're not going to talk about why people buy. We're just going to talk about this, okay? And so here's what happens in the beginning. A lot of people are like, oh my goodness, I found this thing. And typically people get into business because their sole goal is to make money. That is their one and only goal, which for context is if you hold this belief, it will make it harder for you to make money. Because if your primary goal is making money, it will literally become harder to make money because you only focus on making money. And we don't make money by thinking about making money. We make money by solving problems. So here's what happens, okay? People that start off paid. And I've seen this happen time and time and time again. I've scaled 3 agencies to 10, 20, and 50K a month. And I've also helped over 600 plus other agency owners start and scale their agencies. So trust me when I know I say I've seen this happen. People start, right? And they're like, man, I want to make money fast, so why not charge high tickets? So they charge something like, we'll just say 3K, right, for 90 days, right? So just like a typical, normal, definitive end date program is what they charge. And so they go out there and they start offering this, okay? And they start doing their outreach, right? They're month 1, they're month 2, they're month 3, etc. And everyone, even when they're booking a few appointments, everyone's hopping on the sales call saying no. So like, where's your testimonials? Where's your results? Where's this? Where's that? And they get no clients, no clients, no clients. And maybe after the 6th month, they finally sign their first client, okay? And so they have now made, let's quickly change the color so you can just see this visually. They have now made 3K, right? 3K after the 6th month. Okay? And so if you want to do the math on this, if we go 3,000 divided by 6, that would be about $500 a month, right? Is what this would average out to, would be 500 a month. Is what you've made by month 6. Now, granted, here's what typically happens. Is since this is your first client, you don't actually know what you're doing. This client typically ends up churning, asking for a refund, or is not even paying the full 3K if they did a split pay. And so typically the odds you actually make this full 3K is very, very low, right? And then what happens is this client leaves after, and then you're like, holy shit, this client paid me 3K. I have to service this client. And by month 7, okay, you didn't do any outreach. This client now leaves because you got them bad results, and you're back to 0. And then you start this whole process again, right? Of like, you try and sign a client, you finally sign a client, you're like, holy shit, I don't know what to do. I'm really excited because I just got paid, and you service this client. So you stop doing outreach and you start trying to service the client. And so what happens is that by the end of the 1 year, you've maybe signed 1, 2, even 3 clients, collected a max of 12K, right? This is the absolute max. And a more realistic number is that each client did a down payment of 1K after the first month left because you got no results. And so you're lucky if you keep 3K from those 3 clients, okay? And so that's what happens after a year of charging. Now, granted, over time, eventually, if we extend this long enough, eventually it picks up and you get more people buying, etc. But here's what happens when you work for free. At the end of the day, people pay, once again, people pay, okay, to solve problems. And so somebody will pay more for a bigger problem. And so this means the better you get at solving problems, the more money you make. It's really this simple. And so our goal should be how can we get as good as possible, as fast as possible at solving bigger problems? Well, this typically comes with knowing what you do good, right? Because here's the thing. Let's say if you're like selling ads, right? Typical SMMA, you're selling ads. Here, you're just like, hey, I'll run your ads for you. But what happens is if you actually get really good at running ads, you can start to offer guarantees, you can start to have a lot of cool things in here, and you can start to solve more problems than just ads. Like, hey, we will, get you, okay, 10 deals, and let's say a deal is worth 10K, so you can do the math, that's 100K, right? 10 deals by, running your ads, building out your funnels, and training your sales team. Right? And you understand this because you've done it, so you're now solving a bigger problem. And what happens is you now guarantee them 100K. People have no problem paying 10K for this. That's only 10% of what you make them. Okay. Anyways, that's just a visual to show you why, if you want to make more money, you have to solve bigger problems. In order to solve bigger problems, you have to become really good at what you do. So how do we do that? Well, we lower the barrier to entry to get people to buy. So this is why working for free works so well. Because here's what happens. In the beginning, when you don't have anything, no matter who you are, you could be Alex Hormozy, you could be Sam Alvin, you could be whatever, people are still going to be somewhat hesitant because it's new. Because there's no proof, there's no testimonials, there's no case studies, there's no nothing. And so there inherently is going to be a bit of fear that makes people not want to buy. And so our goal in the beginning is to remove as much friction, remove as much fear as possible from getting users onto our product. Because in order for us to actually scale, and I'm not talking about, a couple 100,000, I'm talking about millis, right? In order for us to actually scale exponentially, we have to get more users. Because there's this little feedback loop, okay, which I like, which is you get users, okay, the users give you feedback on what was good, what was bad, you implement this feedback, and you get more users. The problem is people try and start here or here, but that doesn't work. You have to start with getting users because the users is what gives you feedback. The users is what makes your product good, right? Even think about making a good product. Most people, if we look at this product flywheel, right? Most people want to make a good product. And so they start down here with trying to make a good product. What they don't understand is in order to make a good product, we need users and we need feedback, okay? And that feedback can make a product good. The problem is people try and start here with the good. They try and make their product good with no users, but that will never work. You will never make an excellent product sitting in your room not offering it to anybody. In order for you to make something good, you have to go out there to the market. So if we look at this feedback, right, this little flywheel I've just created, even if you only make an SMMA flywheel, I'll show you what the SMMA flywheel looks like. SMMA flywheel starts with making an offer, right? We need to market this offer, right? We need to sell this offer. We need to service this offer. And then we need to make our product better. And then we go back here. The problem is a lot of people try and start here with the service and with the product, is trying to make this good. They sit in the room and they go, how can I get better running ads? How can I do this? How can I do that? And then they try and go out and offer their thing to the market for a bunch of money. And they try and market it, but it ends up not working well because there's no conviction, there's no social proof, there's no nothing behind the offer, and therefore their marketing sucks, therefore their sales sucks, therefore they service no clients, therefore they can't make a good product, and therefore their offer is bad. All because they started with the wrong end of the spectrum. Okay, in order to actually make this flywheel run, you can even scrap the offer. You just have to market. You just have to get clients. And once you get clients on an idea and you sell them on something, you then service them. When you service them, you get an idea of what works. When you get an idea of what works, you do more of what works, you do less of what doesn't work, and you make your product better. When you make your product better, your offer inherently becomes better because your product is better, right? Your offer is really just your product. And so the better your product becomes, the better your offer becomes as a byproduct without you doing anything else, right? If 100 people have gone through your system, have got good results, even if everything stays the same, right? Even if we look at, we'll have two offers, offer 1 and offer 2. These offers could both be the exact same. But if this one has been used by 100 users and this one by 0, which offer is better? Well, this one, 100 times out of 100. And so even without you changing anything, without changing your guarantee, your risk reversal, your offer, your anything, by just having more people use your product and getting good results with it, your offer becomes better. Guess what happens? When your offer becomes better, your marketing becomes more effective. When your marketing becomes more effective, you lower your CPL, you get more sales calls. When you get more sales calls with people that are, bought in more because of a better offer, you make more sales. What happens when you make more sales? Well, that's where you really make more money, but you get to service more people. What happens when you service more people? When you service more people, you get more feedback. Okay? And when you get more feedback, what can you do? You can make your product even better. So look at this. It's just this perpetual flywheel that goes on and on and on. This is why Amazon is so good. It's because they have so many users that they sell so much, they service so much, they know what their customers want. The only reason Amazon is good is because they know what their customers want. The only reason they know what their customers want is because they focus on getting customers in the first place. So now that you understand this, let me show you why working for free works so well. Because in the beginning, your goal, like how to scale a company is by building the best product. And you build the best product by getting the most users and by getting the most experience. And so how we make a lot of money in the beginning is, let's say for the first 4 months, okay, so from here to here, the first 4 months, you only offer free. Well, granted, when you have an idea, selling something for free is not that hard, right? It's like, hey man, this thing is free. And as long as you have some core idea of how to make people believe in you, right? And you're good at just selling yourself and an idea, you just have a lot of conviction, you can sell people something free super, super, super easy. Especially if what you're doing is more than just like, oh, try this course. If you're actually hands in, getting your hands dirty, boots on the ground, putting in the work, selling a free offer is really easy. And typically, if you want to make it easier to sell a free offer, just do more. Okay, I'll say it again. If you want to make it easier to sell your free offer, just do more. So instead of saying like, oh, here's a course, here's a video, here's a training, which then makes the client have to do more, just do more yourself, okay? So in this scenario, for the first 4 months, let's say you go out there and you go sign 10 clients. Now granted, these 10 clients don't pay you anything, so by the end of the month 4, you made a whopping $0. But here's the cool thing. These free trials you then turn into paying customers. And so let's say you convert at 50%, right? Let's say half these clients say you suck and you convert half of them. That means by month 5, if you convert at 50%, which is not that hard, okay? Assuming you're running the same 3K offer. Now, like if they piff, that's a good load of money right there. That's 3 times 5. That would be 15K right out the gate at month 5. But let's just say they split pay. Right? For whatever reason, they split pay. They want to. That means you make 5K by month 5 already. And guess what? That's 5K recurring. This wasn't recurring. This is recurring. So that's 5K recurring for the next 3 months now. But guess what you're going to do? You're not going to stop acquiring customers because you now know how to get results. And so your marketing becomes better. So let's say over the next 4 months, let's just even disregard this. Even disregard these 5 clients. Let's pretend they left as well. Over the next 4 months, I guarantee you can sign even more than 10 clients because your offer is now better because your product is better and you have more conviction. So let's say you sign 20 clients. 20 clients over the next 4 months. Now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is month 8 right here. By month 8, you've now serviced 30 clients. 30. So think about how good you are at your service delivery. Think about how good your product is. Think about how good your offer is after you've serviced 30 clients. Not to mention, let's just assume this same ratio of people convert at 50% of the free trial, which is very, very doable as long as you're not brain dead. That would mean that by month 8, you have 15 clients. 15 clients. And let's just calculate LTV. Let's just assume that no one churns, which is unrealistic. Let's just assume that no one churns and people pay the 3K. My math isn't that good, but 15 times 3K would be 45K that you have made in 8 months. And if we look at the 8-month mark in this scenario, what was it? I mean, you can calculate it. It was you maybe made 3K, but this person probably didn't piff because you probably didn't make them a really good offer because it was your first client. So maybe you made 1K by month 8. Whereas in the free trial scenario, you made 45K. And here's the deal. The question is, who's really working for free? Because yeah, you service all these clients for free and that may be difficult, yada, 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 but look what happened on the back end. So if you average this out, right? So we're going to do 45K divided by 8 months. So 45, 1, 2, 3, divided by 8. So that's an average of $5,600 a month versus, let's even just pretend that one guy piffed, right? 3K divided by 8 months, 375. So think about the difference. In the free scenario, I'm going to use a different color just so you can see this, okay? In the free scenario, over 8 months, you averaged $5,600. In the paid scenario, over 8 months, you average $375. And so can you see how working for free, if done correctly, will make you more money faster than if you were to charge out the gate? And this is just using basic human psychology, right? Super basic human psychology. People right? People do not want to pay for things they don't believe in. People buy things they believe in. That's how it works, right? We pay for things that we believe in. I'll write this down. Let me put this up here. We pay for what we believe in. And the reason why, like, what I mean by this is when you go to McDonald's and pay for a burger, you pay because you think that you're going to get the burger and the burger's going to solve your craving for being hungry. Right? When you go to Nike and buy a new pair of shoes, you pay because you believe that that pair of shoes will be the comfortable pair to make it so that walking becomes more fun, or whatever the case is. All right, we pay for what we believe in. And so when you get more people to try your thing, so when you decrease, or even write this down, okay? Your goal in the beginning is to decrease friction. Decrease friction to buy. That's your goal in the beginning. Your goal is to decrease friction to buy, to increase users. Because increased users increases your product. And increasing your product increases the amount of money in your bank account. Pretend that says money. Okay? It's this simple. This is a super simple equation. That if you decrease the friction to buy, you increase the users. And when you increase the users, you increase the product. When you increase the product, you make more money. The problem is most people try and start here with the product. But it doesn't work that way. You can't start with the product because you can never make a good product by yourself. Because a good product is what the market wants. And you don't know what the market wants if you do not actively serve the market. Which is why the only way to make a good product, the only way to make money, is to go out there and service the market. Which is why you have to get clients. So this is why the only way to make this work is by getting clients. That's the only way to make this work, to make money, is by getting clients. So I'll try and repeat this again because I think this is so important. I think so many people are missing out on this. There's so many gurus out there trying to tell you to do this and do that and do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And in reality, you're still stuck, running an SMA after 2-3 years, making barely any money. And you're like trying to charge a 5K offer, and maybe it's even a 1K offer, but people still aren't buying. And this is why. It's because they don't believe. And they don't believe because you haven't got the results to back it up. You don't have the results to back it up because you charge so much up front that people are too hesitant to even say yes in the first place because they're charging for something that they're paying for something they don't even believe in. And that's the problem. That's where this all stems from. And so our goal in the beginning should be to decrease the friction to increase the users. And when we do this, the cool thing is like, even if none of the free trials convert, this in and of itself is what will make you more money in the long run because it will make your product better. But the really cool thing about this that everyone forgets is you don't work for free forever, right? You can do a 14-day free trial, a month free trial, even a 3-month free trial for all I care. It doesn't matter. But after that free trial, so long as you've just lived up to your end of the bargain, and you've done something that is actually good, more often than not, people will buy. Why? Because they now believe, because they now can see it happening in real time. They can see that what you actually said works. And guess what? If it doesn't work, then the people that would have paid you would be asking for a refund in the first place because you didn't deliver on your promise. And so either way, it's actually just the same. Right? So if it does work, they pay you. If it doesn't work, you don't miss out on anything. Whereas if they paid you and it didn't work, you're now in a whole fucking load of shit. And this is why working for free is so crucial. But gurus have convinced you don't work for free, you're better than that. Yeah. No, you're not. You're not better than that. You're not worth fucking shit. And nobody's going to pay you shit. And you probably realize that until that you can make them believe. So start working for free to get the users in, to get the clients in the door. Right? And once you start getting the clients in the door and you start getting good at your service, then you can start to charge. And then people will actually buy because they will believe it when you say it. That's how this works. So this is why you need to start working for free. This isn't like, try. You need to start working for free. I don't give a shit if you already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clients. I don't care if you're making 1, 2, 3, 4K a month. Start working for free and watch how much faster you will grow. You will, like, when you work for free, let's go look back at our flywheel, okay? When you work for free, okay? When you work for free, your offer becomes better because there is less risk. Okay, there's less risk, and there's typically a higher perceived likelihood of achievement of the person like not of you getting the outcome for them, but of them believing it's going to work, which is huge in getting someone to buy. As a matter of fact, that's the biggest thing, is getting someone to believe. So your offer becomes better, which then makes your marketing efforts better, which makes more people say yes because your offer is better. And so when your marketing efforts become better, you book more calls. When you book more calls, you get to sell more people. And since your offer is free, there's lower friction, there's lower barrier to entry. You get more people to say yes, so it means you sell more, right? When you sell more, you service more people. When you service more people, you get more feedback. When you get more feedback, you get more chances to iterate and make the product better. When you make the product better, you make your offer better, and you can see how the flywheel goes on and on and on and on and on, until the point where all this is so good that you have no problem happily charging people, 5, 10, even 20K for a product, because you can show directly how you solve a problem and how that problem is worth what you charge. Okay, it's really this simple, right? And I say this all the time to all the guys inside my group, to all the people I coach and mentor, etc. It's simple, not easy, right? Like, this is simple to do, but not easy, because your ego tries to get the best of you and say, oh no, we shouldn't be working for A, B, C, D, F, G. Let me put something in perspective. Every single Monday I get to hop on calls with Alex Hormozi and other people that run school communities. And one of the things people don't actually understand is that a couple months ago, Hormozi wanted to get more data on people using school and get them results. And so even though Hormozi could easily charge tens of thousands of even hundreds of thousands of dollars for his coaching, he decided to take on 100 people inside of school to do a free test run with for the next 3 months. I think it was like 100 days, right? To scale them up. He would meet with them, I think it was almost daily or something like that. He would talk to them daily, give them feedback, give them advice, hop on calls, make trainings for them, etc. All for free. You know why he did that? Because he knew that it was more important for him to get the data, to get the feedback, than it is for them to pay him. Because he will make more money from getting that feedback, from getting that data, and using that to make his offer, his product, and his marketing better than he would from any amount of money those people could have ever paid him. Right? The experience you learn from your first couple clients will make you more money in the long run than any amount they could have paid you up front. Than any amount, because experience is worth so much more than money, which is why you should just optimize for experience. Optimize for experience. Even the school games itself, when you win the school games, you get flown out to the headquarters, right? To HormoziAcquisition.com headquarters. And they do a couple day event, whatever it is. I think it's like a 1 day or 2 or 3 day event, whatever, to help them out. Like he does whatever, just like an in-person mastermind, if you will. And even though they pay for all your expenses to go there, et cetera, it costs them money, right? Hormozi says the most valuable thing about that is we get to talk to our best and most active users, which gives us insight onto what people truly want. So even though we are paying for them to come here, it gives us more feedback and it makes us more money by paying them to come here, because we now know what they want. Think about that. Hormozi is willing to pay customers to fly out so he can learn what they want, so he can make more of what they want, so he can make more money. Instead of even paying people, you just do it for free. Think about that. Hormozi is willing to pay people to do this. All I'm asking you to do is do it for free. Hormozi is willing to lose money to get feedback, to get data. You can just do it for free. That's how powerful this is. And people don't understand this. But I promise you, once you understand this, you can start to implement this, especially in a world where there's so little trust in this SMMA space. There's so little trust, right? Everyone is just out there for themselves. Right? Trust is non-existent anymore. Everyone is pitching, scammy offers, et cetera, et cetera. If you can just build trust with people, you will get their money. The problem is typically building trust starts with working for free. Now, granted, you don't have to, but this is the best way. And if you actually want to scale and you want to make a bunch of money, work for free. Go look at some of your favorite companies, right? Go look at Apple. If you sign up for Apple Music right now, do you get a free trial? Look at Amazon Prime. If you sign up for Amazon Prime, do you get a free trial? Go look at any of the biggest companies out there. And just even go look at Google. Do you pay for Google? Nah. You don't. I mean, maybe if you have like a Drive account like I do, you do. But otherwise, Google is free. So how do they make so much money? Right? And it's because of this. It's because they offer something for free. Now, granted, Google makes some money by your attention by giving it free. Same with Facebook, same with Snapchat, Instagram, Meta, etc. Right? But they give it for free because they understand they want to lower the barrier to entry, right? To get your attention, to get your trust, etc. And then they can do whatever they want with that. So even just look at the biggest companies and just understand how important it is to work for free, how important it is to get people's trust, to get their attention, etc. So there you go. This is why working for free makes you more money faster and easier than charging. Like an entire fucking breakdown. I couldn't have made this I probably couldn't explain this any better than this. So I hope you can understand and see why you should start working for free, even if you're already making money. It will just make everything go so much better. And guess what? The coolest thing about this is if you're already making money, this will be even better for you because you will just lower your CPA, your cost to acquire customer, right? Your CAC, okay? Your cost to acquire customer. You'll lower your CAC, right? So you'll increase your sales. And since you already have a good service, majority of the people that join will keep buying. And you can even just do math on this, right? Like let's say if you already have a business, you can just math this out. Okay, so I'll show you how this works. Let's say before, so I'll give you a before example, and I'll give you an after example. Let's say before, and this is before you work for free. Okay, before you work for free, cost to acquire was $1,000 per customer. Okay, and the average customer pays, let's just say $3K. Okay, boom, simple as that. Okay, so your average cost was this, so you really made $2K per customer, right? Let's say you do the free method, right? Let's say your cost to acquire goes down to 500 now, okay? So your CAC goes down to 500, and let's say out of the people, so now you can in theory get double, right? So you can in theory get double the amount of customers now because you've just lowered your CAC in half, and let's say the free trials convert at, let's just say 75%. Since your product and service is so good, 75% of people that join go ahead and actually buy. So that means that if we get 10 customers in this scenario, so let's just make this a new thing. So if we get 10 customers, it would cost us 10K and we would make 30K, right? So our profit is 20K. In this scenario, we can get way more customers, right? We can get double the customers, so we can actually get 20 customers. And out of those 20, 75% convert. So if my math is not mistaken, that is 15 customers. And 15 at 75, oopsie daisy, 15 customers at 3K each is 45K. Right? And once again, we spent 10K. So we profit 35K. So look, right, with 10K spent, with 10K ads, you can just do the math and see what makes you more money. And typically speaking, if you have a good service, running something for free will make you more money because it lowers your CAC, it increases your conversion rates, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? You can even do this on a way bigger scale. Okay, what's my CPL, right? Doing this before and after. Maybe it's $5 on this one and it's $2 on this one. Okay, what's my conversion rate? Well, since it's free, my conversion rate here is 50% and here it's 30%. And so you can just already see how when you work for free, yes, on the front end, maybe it looks like you make a little less money, but on the back end, right, if you look at LTV, et cetera, and you actually look at, what is it? What's the word? I don't know. But the net profit per customer, right? You can see that typically this offer actually does better. So you can even math it out. If you are to run a big business, you can just math it out and see what makes you more money. But take it from the big dogs. Working for free is how to scale, and it's how to make big money. Okay, so that's that. That's all I got. If you have any questions, you can let me know. But this is the fucking masterclass, and this is what's gonna help you make a bunch of money forever. Because this is the new meta. Trust is getting harder and harder and harder to earn as we move forward and forward and forward with more of these online scams, and so much trust is being lost in this generation that if you can just have this trust, you win.